Hello everyone, my name is Vivian and welcome back to Echo. We are continuing with the short stories. We have done Date, we have done Runaway, now we are on to Lights. When the light has come and the land is dark and that moon is the only light we'll see. Ooh, rockin' fuck, man! This is cool, man. We're fucking having a ball. Who's this gonna follow? We're boogieing down. I look down at the cup in my hand again, trying not to make eye contact with anyone around me. Part of me wished I had stayed home tonight, but Sarah asked me to come. And I'd feel bad turning her down. Who the fuck is Sarah? She looked so excited when she mentioned how much effort she and the rest of her Bible group put into this party. Well, this makes me think it was TJ, so this could be TJ. She said that after a recent string of storms, that the school wanted people to know that there was a severe weather shelter in the basement of the church. Is this a Christian boogie? This is getting less and less fun. At first I thought it was going to be a bland-looking concrete basement, but as it turns out, Peyton's old school gym is beneath the church. It's a school basketball court with bleachers that fold back against the walls and old basketball rims that are pulled up toward the ceiling so that they're out of the way. Sarah and her friends strung up streamers and lights along the old sword and with all sorts of other party decorations, turning this drab old gymnasium into a pretty cool party room. A disco ball hangs from the ceiling, reflecting lights from over the room, while a DJ stands off to the side, taking requests for which songs to play. Whoever requested this one knows their boogies. So far, mostly 80s and 90s pop songs. A group of adults stand around the DJ, probably to make sure nothing too risque is played. Almost all of us are standing around talking or avoiding eye contact, save for a few adventurous souls dancing awkwardly next to one another. Oh man. Oh god. I finish off the last of my drink and decide to head back over to the punch bowl. I keep my head down, avoiding eye contact as I walk through the crowd. Oh man. This is so fucked up. This is really fucking funny to me. Just with this fucking boogie down music and this just awkward ass person. Just imagining TJ. It could really be anyone. It really could be just awkward shuffling. I reach the refreshments table and ladle more juice into my cup and sigh to myself. I really shouldn't have come here tonight. My parents are out of town for the weekend and I had to ask Chase and Leo for a ride. Alright, that eliminates 2 people from the group. So we know it's not Chase or Leo. I still think it's TJ. I figured since they were already heading to Peyton tonight, it would be alright. Something about their mood made me think that I ruined their night. God damn it. Chase and Leo are that couple that just are way worse when they're together than when they're individuals. I told them I'd try to find a ride home with someone else and that I'd call them if there were any changes, but they said not to bother. Chase said that they'd stick around and that it's not like they had anything better to do. The way he said it made me realize I'd made a mistake bringing them into this. I can't take my mind off it now. I tried to make Sarah's night a little better, but ended up ruining Chase and Leo's. Now I'm avoiding Sarah and can't help but feel I'm ruining everyone's night. Damn! I don't think Flynn would have an internal dialogue like this. Jenna, likely not, but maybe. Carl, perhaps. This is really either TJ or Carl. I have to stop myself from thinking about it too much. Carl does have the social anxiety for this. I bring my cup to my lips and drink just so I'm doing something, if only for a few seconds. I end up downing all of it and I close my eyes. I focus on slowing my breathing to stave off a panic attack I feel coming on. It's making me think this might be more Carl. It takes a few minutes, but I finally feel my heart rate slow and my body relax, only to be startled by a hand touching my shoulder. Hey. Oh, it's TJ! The reveal! The big reveal! It was TJ. Hey! Yeah, the Bible stuff and the church group really made me think it was TJ. Only got slowly into Carl possibility because of the panic attacks and the social anxiety. But TJ definitely would be suckered into going to a awkward ass, barely attended basement party at a church function.
My voice is squeaky. She smiles a little at that. I was hoping to find you here. I was looking for you earlier, but I got caught up with Jessica and Amber. Her eyes dart around and she blushes. Would you like to dance? I can't help the shocked expression that I'm sure is on my face. My eyes dart to the ground.
God, TJ is getting like pummeled with women and he's just not about that life. He is adorable, so I can't help. I'm not surprised, is what I'm trying to fucking say. Jesus.
I start mumbling out an excuse before Sarah reaches for my hand and pulls me to the dance floor. The cup I'm holding slips from my hand as I lose track of myself.
Thank God they established earlier that the cup was empty, or else that would have been a disaster.
Everything seems to fade away as I follow Sarah onto the dance floor. She turns to me and pulls me closer and places my hand on her hip.
Oh my. Oh, the music is changing. Oh my. A slow jam. The ruining of many a pubescent dream.
I hope the music's loud enough to mask the gulp I make when my hand touches her dress. Ha!
Damn. This is like straight up a fucking... This doesn't even sound like stock music. I swear to God, this is like an actual, like, song. Better get a copyright strike for this, I swear to God, man. Echo Project is on thin ice for me with fucking copyright strikes on my videos. It's like the only thing they get wrong. I love their games, but they constantly fucking get me in trouble with copyright stuff.
Sarah's wearing an off-white sundress with a red ribbon around her waist, and I can't help but stare with how cute she looks. I feel overdressed in my outfit. My mom had laid out my clothes for me before she and Dad left. A light blue dress shirt and tie paired with slacks. Aw, I can imagine them wearing that and it looks adorable. Sarah's smile snaps me out of my reminiscing as she waits for me to take the lead. I force myself out of my trance and take the tentative step right onto Sarah's foot. She squeaks and pulls her foot away. Sorry. Sarah just giggles at me while my face burns. There are a few more missteps before we get a rhythm down. I can't help but feel kinda good about myself. At least I still have a chance at making Sarah's night and not completely ruining it. Her smile seems to have a way of relaxing my nerves, and soon enough, I'm smiling back at her. The next song has a faster tempo, and we let go of each other. Sarah shakes her hips and moves her body to match the beat. I fumble, not knowing what to do with my hands, so I start to copy Sarah and hope she doesn't notice. We dance together, laughing, and occasionally singing lyrics to songs we both know. Every now and then we bump into each other, which forces a few laughs out of us, although I'm suspicious that she's doing it on purpose. Before long, the tempo of the music starts to slow and we find ourselves slow dancing once again. Sarah pulls herself closer to me this time until our bodies press together. She looks me in the eye and smiles warmly before putting her head to my shoulder. My body tenses and I can feel her breath warm against me. I can feel her body press into me as she hugs me tighter. It feels nice. In that moment, I realized just how much Sarah enjoys my friendship. My friendship! I feel like she trusts me. It's been so long since I've felt this comfortable around anyone. Not even Jenna or the others make me feel like this, though this is post-Jenna transition, nice. I haven't felt safe around anyone in such a long time, even my own friends. Oh, I feel so bad. Something's bad's gonna happen. Because I don't remember Sarah. So what the fuck happens to Sarah where she gets shunted out of the fucking main game? But with Sarah, it's as if I can let my guard down. I feel like I could do no wrong to her. I gently pull her into me, returning her embrace and smile. Unfortunately, my body reacts to this in the worst way possible, and my smile fades as I feel my pants getting tighter. We start to step out of sync, and I can feel her torso grind against mine. You feel her press her hips into mine. I tense and try to pull my hips away, but that only succeeds in making matters worse as the angle changes, and I can feel myself bumping into her. Sarah's hands travel down my back, coming to rest just above my tail. My entire body is tense, and I can feel myself starting to panic before the song fades out for another with a faster tempo. Sarah pulls her head from my shoulder. I love this song! She pulls away, and I feel a wave of relief wash over me, hoping she didn't notice or isn't angry about what happened. She starts to bounce and hop to the beat, and I follow her lead. But she turns around and pushes her back into me. She gives me a wink over the shoulder as she dances. Her body grinds against mine. She sways her body while I try to focus on dancing, but I can't keep up. I try to move along with her, but I keep moving the wrong way, and I can feel my crotch grind against her body. Panicking, I take a step back, but she follows me. The song seems to go on forever. The music finally changes, but I can't focus on anything other than what's going on in my pants. Sarah looks at me, but before I can react, kisses me on the cheek. Thanks for dancing with me, TJ. Even in the dim lighting, I can see her blushing face. I'm gonna take a break, but I want to dance with you again before the party ends, okay? Okay. I watch as she walks away, not realizing my eyes are on her hips until she disappears into the crowd. A tightness in my pants snaps me back to reality. Out there goes gravity, and I fumbled to my to my hands and my pockets, hoping to hide what's going on in there. I look around for signs to the bathroom, and I make my way out of the party room. Oh yeah, this looks like a church made for not murder. The exit has a long tunnel that leads to the church. The air in here is damp and cold, and as I step into the hallway, I feel a wave of cold air hit me. I realize how warm I am. I'm practically panting. I groan as I realize I probably looked like an idiot dancing with Sarah. My feet make almost no sound thanks to my natural padding. You aren't wearing shoes? You're not wearing shoes, for God's sake? Actually, I tend to sneak up on people a lot. It is kind of funny when I manage to startle Jenna, although she's made a point of evening the score. The restroom is a one person at a time kind, and I lock the door behind me. As I'm going, I remember that Chase and Leo are somewhere around here. Maybe I should go and chat with them. I finish up and make my way down the long, empty hallway. I look for Leo and Chase, but it's hard to see much in here. I stand on my tiptoes, hoping to see Leo's ears since he's so tall. Nothing. I circle the room twice before I give up. Maybe they went outside? Make my way back to the exit and walk down the silent hallway again. This time, I turn the opposite direction at the end and make my way upstairs and into the church. Oh, good. This isn't ominous as fuck at all. The chapel ceiling makes the hall seem twice as large as it is. Candles sit lining racks and racks of stacks on stacks, fox and socks and box on knocks. along the walls. Sorry. A few are lit, but most are not. The altar, made of marble and covered in a white cloth with a gold trim, stands in front of a big wooden cross. A wooden podium stands off to the left for the priest to give a sermon. Wooden pews fill the empty space in the hall, while a balcony for the choir overlooks the entire chapel. The church organ is on the balcony, probably so kids don't mess with it. I walk through the front door, thinking that maybe they went out for some fresh air. No one there. Make my way to the parking lot to see if Leo's truck is still there. Heart sinks a little lower as I walk toward the lot, and the thought of them abandoning me at my weird Christian party at the front of my mind. Luckily, I spot Leo's truck sitting near the back of the lot. You're gonna walk in on them. Fucking hell. So at least they're still here. That's not where we parked when we got here. Well, that's weird. Maybe they went to get something. Come on, TJ. TJ, man. I head over to the truck, passing under the street lamps. The lights are dim and the lot is mostly dark, including the space Leo's truck is occupying. TJ. I assume that they just got back from wherever they were and are still in there, so I make my way towards the truck. TJ. Start to make out that someone is in the driver's seat, but the passenger seat is empty. Yeah. Can't quite make out. You're saying make out a lot. It's foreshadowing. Can't quite make out who it is, but it has to be Leo, right? I can see his silhouette outlined by the back window, but something seems off. Like it doesn't really look like him. I slow my pace and try to make out. Again with the make out. You're really foreshadowing a make out. Make out what I'm seeing. Step about 30 feet from the truck and squint my eyes. Suddenly the silhouette starts to move. But not just that, it starts to morph and change and split in two. Second shadow moves to the passenger seat. Start backpedaling as the driver's side door opens, and I'm about to turn and run when the headlight comes on and Leo leans out.
Hey, TJ, is that you?
I stop and relax, internally chastising myself for being so skittish. Yeah, I was looking for you and Chase. Where'd you go? Fucking hell. I walk more confidently towards Leo as I reach the car. Leo closes the door and rolls down the window. Leo looks to his right. Chase is sitting in the passenger seat. He looks a little embarrassed and also a little annoyed. He has a jacket over his lap and his bare legs are sticking out from beneath it. Leo clears his throat.
Oh, we just went out for a...
Chase seems to snicker at that. Okay. I'm still not sure what they're talking about, but I have my suspicions. I look at Chase. So, are you going to go to the party? Fuck. Leo looks at Chase, who sighs heavily, like he's just put down a giant weight.
I don't know about that, TJ. It's kind of awkward. Not really into the whole Kool-Aid thing.
That last part comes out all mumbly and quiet. I flatten my ears to my head and ball my fist. Quit acting like this is some cult, Chase!
It is.
My eyes go wide when I realize I said that out loud. Chase rolls his eyes and makes a sound with his mouth.
I know, TJ, I was just joking.
Clench my fists harder. No, you're not! You always mumble stuff like that when all I'm trying to do is include you guys. Chase glares at me before responding. Well, maybe it's because I'm not comfortable being in a place that thinks people like me and Leo are disgusting. Who in there thinks you're disgusting? You know most of them. You've hung out with me and Sarah before, so who in there thinks you're disgusting? Chase rolls his eyes again, and Leo seizes the opportunity to step in and raise his hands.
Look, Chase, we're here on TJ's behalf. The least we can do is stop in and say hi. Oh, so is this how Sarah gets written out?
Chase mumbles something again, but I ignore it.
We'll head inside in a bit, Tej. I'll stick around for a while, and then we'll all head home, okay?
Leo's tone puts me at ease again. I'm still uptight after what Chase said. Listen, I'm gonna go for a quick walk to get some fresh air. Leo shoot a quick glare at Chase before turning to me.
All right. We'll be inside when you get back, okay?
I nod, and because I don't want to have to say anything more, I turn and fast walk towards the road, passing under the dim lights of the parking lot as I do. Ooh, shady, single-lane road. I notice my lungs fill with cold air and a pressure seems to lift off my body. I wonder if that's what it's like to go through a panic attack. It sure felt like one. I struggle to undo my cufflinks, noticing how shaky my hands are, but I manage to undo the pins and let my wrists breathe. I loosen my tie and unbutton the top few buttons of my shirt, feeling like I can actually breathe again. Look around at the long stretch of road that runs past the church. There are some houses nearby, but the road is pretty empty except for the street lamps. One side of the road is a rocky gravel-covered hill, while the other side is flat open ground with the occasional house nearby. I stand on the side of the road under the street lamp for a few minutes more, and I don't really know why, but I take a step toward the darkness of Echo. As I walk down the road, I can feel the gravel shift under my toe pads and it tickles my feet. Force myself to smile. I try to think about the other happy little things in life. All I can think about is Chase and Leo. Sort of disconnect from what I'm seeing, drawing into myself, and as I wonder why I thought it had been a good idea to invite Chase. He's always been kinda mean, but today it's been even worse for some reason. He'd always been okay with me and my beliefs. I guess actually bringing him here had to have been too much. I stop and snap back to reality. It's completely dark and I look up. It seems I've walked past the streetlights on this road. I turn around and look back towards the church. Didn't realize I'd walked this far. Can barely make it out from here. How long have I been walking? I sigh and start to head back, putting my hands in my pockets as I pick up the pace. I'm unnerved with how loud my footsteps are now. Each footstep is like nails on a chalkboard, causing the fur on the back of my neck to stand up. As I make it back into the closest street lamp, I check my phone to see what time it is. 9:30. I wish I had checked before I started walking, but I figure the party should have at least 1 hour left. I continue walking and go to put my phone in my pocket. I miss, and it tumbles to the ground. I stop to pick it up. The front and back of my neck stands up again. Thought I heard footsteps after I stopped walking. There were echoes, but something about a few of them sounded different. But it had to be the echo, right? Oh, hey! I saw this on the Echo page. So this, I remember seeing this. It just says no on the fucking sign. Yeah, this CG is on the Echo page, like the itch page. I was like, oh, that's an interesting art, and I didn't know it was in a game. So damn, nice. I stand up and look behind me, but I don't see anything. I squint my eyes, looking into the blackness, but I don't make anything out. I listen for anything, and I think I can hear breathing. But when I try to focus on it, a steady, high-pitched ringing starts to build. The more I try to focus, the louder it gets. I try to focus on anything other than that sound, but there's nothing to hear. It's gotten so loud that I don't think I'd be able to hear a jet engine at this point. I feel my lungs start to burn and I release the breath I hadn't realized I've been holding. I was so focused on hearing something, anything other than that ringing, that I had ignored everything else. I inhaled, the night air pierced by the sound of my breath being released. I must be going crazy. I take one last look around and start back toward the church again. Once I step out of that light, I swear I can hear footsteps start up behind me again. I focus on steadying my breath and listening for any out-of-place sounds again. I keep my head low, try to catch a glimpse of anything out of the corner of my eyes. I look ahead to see how far I am from the church and my heart sinks. I'm not even close. I look towards the houses on the side of the road, but only one remains between me and the church, and it's still a few street lamps away. Even in the dark, I can see that it's a dilapidated mess and no lights shine from inside it. There are trees growing all around it and overtaking what's left of the house. I consider running and hiding in there, but there's no guarantee the doors are unlocked, and worse yet, maybe that's where the person who's following me lives. Just keep walking. I can't see anyone, so it might be all in my head. Even if it's someone following me, who's to say it isn't someone from the church? That would make them a good person, right?
Not guarantee.
I make it under another street light, and then another. I pass under another two before I make it in front of the dilapidated house. Just then I hear a ragged breathing coming from behind me, and I spin around with a yelp. But there's no one there. Whine escapes my throat as I look into the darkness. Shouldn't I be relieved that no one's there? But I can still hear that ragged breathing. It sounds like it's coming from everywhere. I can hear it to my left, but I can't see anything. I look to my right, but I don't see anything. I spin around looking in all directions, but I can't see anything. I turn my back towards the light pole and slowly back up. Tears fill my eyes. Hello? Is anyone there? This isn't funny! I jump in surprise when my back touches the light pole. I can hear his ragged breathing coming from my right, and I'm moving to the left, just outside of the light. I shift on my feet, and I can hear his footsteps echoing in the darkness. Hello? That's when I see something. I look. I think I can see him moving around in the darkness, a tall, lanky figure. He bends down and starts to walk on all fours. But what I can make out disappears into the darkness again. It can be heard pacing around me, and it starts to come closer to the light pole. I turn and back myself into the middle of the shining light. Hug my arms to my chest and whimper. I don't know where it is anymore. Whatever it is. I try to listen again, but that terrible ringing pierces my ears. I feel my face scrunch up and tears run down my cheeks. I feel another whimper escape my throat, and I look around into the light. I turn back towards Echo, and I see a car driving towards me. And I feel a sense of hope wash over me. I start to look around, making sure the thing isn't going to grab me out of the shadows. I start to wave down the car, but as it pulls closer, the lights dim, and I can see into it. My heart sinks as I back away towards the light pole as I glimpse the silhouette of horns in the driver's seat and a bright red eye looking back at me. I stumble backwards away from the car, pulls up next to me and rolls the window down.
TJ? Wait a minute. Say red eye? A bright red eye looking back at me. You don't got red eyes, you got green eyes. But it's Carl! We ain't seen Carl yet. TJ? Carl! Carl nods in a manner that says, the one and only. He pulls a cigarette out of his mouth. Oh, the red eye would be his blunt. What are you doing?
I let out a sigh of relief and rushed forward, grabbing at the door handle.
Whoa there, Tej. I gotta unlock the door first.
I fiddle with the handle and Carl tells me to stop so I can open the door. I force myself to let go and look around, afraid that something is going to jump out at me right before I can reach safety. I can smell something bad in the air now, like something that hasn't bathed in months or a rotting dead animal. It's closer now. And the doors click open and I scramble for the handle again. I can hear Carl mention the door being open and that I could sit in the front if I'd like, but I ignore him, too focused on getting inside the car. Yanking on the door, I step back to make room for it to swing outward. In that moment, I feel a presence in my hair, and my hair raises on my neck. I rush to get into the back seat, and as I look down for the step, I swear I can see a shadowy hand reaching for under the car. I quickly jump into the back seat and slam the door shut. Carl looks back at me with a smile.
What are you doing out here, Tej? You feeling all right?
Without looking at him, I mumble something about needing a walk. I'm still too busy checking to make sure nothing is waiting outside of the car watching us or trying to get in. Apparently, Carl turned off his car when he pulled up. I feel a shifting in my seat and the car starts to move. Take a deep inward breath and let out a sigh of relief.
They just leave? They didn't go to the church?
I turn and look back over my shoulder where I was trapped a few moments ago. I blink a few times and clear my eyes, and I can blurrily see the silhouette of a lanky, misshapen person standing just outside of the light. But we pulled too far away for me to make anything out clearly.
Wow. All the way in Peyton? I mean, we were at Peyton. That's interesting. That's the furthest away from Echo we've seen anything like that.
I turn back around and lean my head back into the headset and close my eyes, feeling them well up with tears. I jump when Carl starts talking again.
So, TJ, what the heck are you doing out here anyway? Did something happen?
I needed to clear my mind, so I went for a walk.
All the way out here?
I was at the church. Point out the window to the side of the car it would be on, but we're already past it and into Peyton.
Oh, so like is the church in between Echo and Peyton, I guess? I don't know. So okay. It said that I thought it said they were in Peyton. So I don't know. Like I know he was walking towards Echo, but whatever, man.
I think about telling him what just happened, but I can't figure out how to explain it right now. Carl keeps asking me questions all the while, and I keep telling him about my evening, the party, Sarah, Chase, and Leo. I'll leave out everything that happened after I left the church for reasons I can't explain. I decide to focus on the part with Chase getting on my nerves, and he just laughs it off, saying,
"That's just how Chase and Leo are."
He asks if he should drop me off back at the church, and I tell him no. Sneezy dog. And I tell him no almost too quickly. I don't want to go back there, but I don't want to be alone.
He doesn't want to get another fucking dance from Sarah. He's too emotional, man. You can't go from getting almost myrtleated by the fucking Echo Demon to getting danced upon by Sarah and her swaying hips. That's a hell of a fucking snap and tone, man.
So instead, I ask him if I can go over to his place for a bit. He replies with an ecstatic, "Of course," and I message Leo and Chase to let them know. He mentions that he was going into Peyton to buy a new game that's just come out in the middle of the night.
Maybe it's a midnight release, I don't know. Well, it was like 9:30, so it's too late for the store to be open, but it's too early for a midnight release. What the fuck is he doing?
He laughs, saying he hopes I don't mind if we have to wait for a bit. I mumble that that's fine, as long as the place we're going to is well lit.
Huh. Well, damn. Well, that was a weird one. I really don't enjoy speculating about people's sexuality. I just don't enjoy doing that. I find that that's way more of a personal thing. As for the actual events of what happened, yeah, I'm on Chase's side with what he said. And then with TJ getting attacked almost by the fucking whatever the hell that was spooky as shit. So, yeah, good lord, man. Maybe one day we'll actually get some sort of a... I mean, it feels like in the smoke room we're getting closer and closer to actually getting some details about what the hell those things are. But, maybe one day we'll actually get some sort of concrete, like, this is kind of what it is. But as someone pointed out, the more detail you get about the horror monster, the less scary they are. So maybe you don't want to define them too much. But at the same time, we've gotten attacked by them so many times that, like, at some point, you just want some fucking answers and for the monsters to get fucking thwarted. So, like, we're so many Echo games in now that, like, I want answers and I want a solution. That's what I want now. This ain't the game we're gonna get it in, but we got an origin game, or at least we got a prequel and we got a sequel. That's where we could get them. I don't know if we're gonna. Anyway, that's been that short story. On the next one, we'll continue with the short stories, but until then, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye, everybody!